Before you do anything else tonight, I want you to take one slow breath. Not because anything is wrong, but because for the last few minutes, or the last few hours, or maybe the last few years, you have been carrying something. And you set it down for no one. You held it alone. So take the breath. Let your shoulders come down from where they have been living, up around your ears, and listen to me. Because I am not here to entertain you tonight. I am here to tell you the truth. You are the chosen one. I know how that sounds. I know a part of you just rolled your eyes or braced or waited for the catch. Because life has taught you to be suspicious of anything that sounds too good. And that suspicion kept you alive. I am not asking you to throw it away. I am asking you to hold it in one hand and hold this in the other and decide for yourself which one is true. Because here is what I mean when I say you are the chosen one. I do not mean the world handed you an easy road and a soft landing. You already know it did not. I mean that everything you have walked through was not random. It was not punishment. It was not proof that something is wrong with you. It was preparation. There is a difference between being broken and being forged, and almost nobody tells you which one is happening to you while you are in the middle of it. When the heat is on the metal does not feel chosen. It feels like it is being destroyed. It has no way of knowing that the very same fire that is burning it is the fire that is turning it into a blade. You have been in the fire, and you are still here, which means the fire did not do what you were afraid it was doing. It was not ending you. It was making you into something that cannot be made any other way. Soft steel has never been forged in comfort. Not once. Not in the history of the world. So let me ask you something, and I want you to actually answer it quietly to yourself. How many times have you already survived the thing you were sure would end you? Think about it. Really count. The night you did not think you would make it through, and then the sun came up anyway. The loss you were certain you could not carry, and then somehow your legs kept walking. The moment everyone else would have understood if you quit, and you did not quit. You are not fragile. You have receipts. You have a documented history of surviving impossible things. And a person with that history is not weak, and they are not cursed. They are dangerous in the best possible way, because they already know something most people never learn. They know they can lose everything and still stand up. That is the thing they cannot take from you. That is the thing this entire world runs on, trying to convince you that you do not have. And you have proven over and over with your own life that you do. Now, I want to talk to you about the mountain, because I think you have been lied to about the mountain, and the lie is quietly breaking your heart. You were told somewhere along the way that one day you would arrive, that there was a summit, a finish line, a top of the mountain, and that when you finally dragged yourself up to it, you would be done. You would rest. The struggle would be over, and you would finally get to breathe. So you climbed, and it cost you everything you had, and you made it, You actually made it to the top of a mountain that used to look impossible from the bottom. And then you stood up there, exhausted and proud, and you looked out at the view, and in the distance you saw it, another mountain, bigger than the last one. And I know what that did to you, because I know what it does to everyone. A part of you sank. A part of you thought, you have got to be kidding me. I did all of that, I gave all of that, and there is more? It never ends. I want to reframe that for you right now, tonight, because this reframe changes everything. That bigger mountain in the distance is not a punishment, it is the proof. You could not even see that second mountain from the ground. It was invisible to you when you started. You had to climb the first one just to get high enough to know the second one existed. The only reason you can see it now is that you rose. The mountain did not get bigger. You got higher. Your vision got wider. Your capacity got larger. That view you are afraid of is the view from an altitude most people never reach. The bigger mountain is a graduation certificate written in stone. It is the universe saying, you are ready for terrain that would have crushed the person you used to be. You are not further from the top than you were before. You are further up than you have ever been in your life. Do not let the size of what is next make you forget the height of where you are standing. So do not panic when you see it. Do not read it as bad news. Stay calm, stay clear, stay cautious in the way a climber is cautious. Watching the weather, checking the ground, respecting the height. That is not fear. That is wisdom. There is a difference between panicking and paying attention. And I need you to learn the difference because your whole life is going to ask you to keep climbing. And the ones who make it are not the ones who feel no fear. They are the ones who feel it and keep moving anyway. Keep moving forward. That is the whole instruction. When you cannot see the top, keep moving. When you are tired, keep moving. When the weather turns and you cannot even see the next step, you take the next step by feel and you keep moving. Not fast, not perfect, just forward. Now I need to say something to you carefully, because this is where a lot of voices lie to people, and I refuse to be one of them. You are going to have to sacrifice things to keep climbing. That part is true. There are things you are carrying right now that you cannot take to the next altitude. There are habits that are dead weight. There are people who only knew how to love the version of you that stayed small. There are old stories about yourself that you have to set down at the base of the next mountain because they are too heavy to bring up. Sacrifice is real, and it is part of the climb. But hear me, because this matters more than anything else I will say to you tonight. Not everything that is heavy is holding you back. Some of the weight you carry is the rope that keeps you tied to the earth. Some of it is the people who feed you, the rest that restores you, the body that carries you, the quiet relationships that have nothing to do with your ambition, and everything to do with keeping you alive. Do not sacrifice those. Do not burn down the house to keep yourself warm for one night. The climbers who die on the mountain are not usually the ones who were too cautious. They are the ones who pushed past every warning, who would not turn back, who sacrificed sleep and food and their own body on the altar of the summit, and the mountain took them. Ambition without wisdom is not strength. It is just a faster way to fall. So, sacrifice the dead weight, yes. Cut the things that are genuinely holding you down, but protect your foundation, like your life depends on it, because it does. Keep the people who love you when you are not producing anything. Keep the rest that lets you climb again tomorrow. Keep yourself. You are the one thing you are not allowed to sacrifice, because you are the one who has to make it to the top. That is not weakness talking. That is the difference between someone who wants to reach the summit and someone who actually does. Now let me tell you why I am so sure about you. Why I can say the word chosen and mean it. It is because of what you are doing right now. Right this second. You are listening to this at whatever hour. It is where you are, when you could be doing 1,000 other things to numb out. and disappear. Something in you reached for a voice that would tell you to keep going instead of a voice that would tell you to give up. That is not a small thing. That is the whole thing. The chosen ones are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who keep reaching for the light while they are down there in the dark, and you are reaching. The fact that you are here, feeding your mind something that lifts you instead of something that sinks you, tells me everything I need to know about which kind of person you are. You are the kind who gets back up. And I want to give you something practical to hold, because encouragement that you cannot use is just noise. And I do not want to be noise in your life. I want to be useful. Here is the practical thing. When the past comes for you, and it will, when it shows up at midnight with the whole highlight reel of everything you did wrong, and everyone you lost, and every way you fell short, you cannot fight it with your feelings. You will lose. The past is undefeated in a fair fight of feelings, but the past cannot survive your hands being busy building something. That is the secret almost nobody tells you. You do not think your way out of the past. You build your way out. You put your hands on something, and you make it. A page, a plan, a room that is cleaner than it was, a skill that is sharper than it was. One small thing that did not exist this morning, and exists tonight because you made it. When your hands are building, your mind has a job. And a mind with a job does not have the free time to torture you with a story that is already over. The people who seem like they have escaped their past did not escape it by feeling better. They escaped it by getting so busy building their future that the past could not find them anymore. So build. Whatever it is for you, build it. Not to prove anything to anyone who hurt you. Build because a building mind is a free mind. Build because the version of you that is coming needs somewhere to live, and you are the only one who can construct it. Build because it is the way out, and it has always been the way out, and it will be the way out tomorrow when you wake up and the mountain is still there. Keep your hands busy. Keep your mind aimed forward. Keep building the thing only you can build. And I want you to hear this next part slowly, because I think you need it more than you would admit. What is coming to you is worth what it is costing you. I cannot tell you the day. I cannot tell you the shape it will take. But I can tell you the pattern, because the pattern is older than both of us. Nothing that is forged in this much fire is being made for a small purpose. You do not put ordinary metal through extraordinary heat. The intensity of what you are walking through is not random. It matches the size of what you are being built to carry. The reward on the other side of this is not going to be small, because the price you are paying is not small. Those two things are connected. They have always been connected. The people who received the biggest lives were the ones who kept walking through the biggest nights. So stay in it. Stay in the fight for your own life. Not by pushing yourself past the point of breaking, but by refusing to quit on the days you are allowed to be tired. There is a difference between a rest and a surrender, and you are allowed to rest. You're just not allowed to surrender. Rest is part of the climb. Quitting is falling off the mountain on purpose, and you have come too far up to do that now. Prepare for the worst, pray for the best, and keep your feet moving in between, because that is the only place life actually happens. Not at the bottom where you started, and not at the summit you are dreaming about. In the middle, on the climb, where you are right now. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not cursed and you are not forgotten, and you are not alone in this. No matter how quiet it gets, you are the chosen one. Not because it is easy, because you keep climbing when it is hard. So here is what I need from you before you close your eyes tonight. I need you to decide that tomorrow you take one more step, just one. You do not have to see the whole staircase. You never did. You just have to take the next step in the dark and trust that the one after it will show up when your foot lands. It always has. Every single day you have ever lived, the next step showed up, and it will show up again. You have survived 100% of your worst days. That is not luck. That is who you are. Now rest if you need to rest. Build when you are able to build. And when the sun comes up, get up and climb. The mountain is big, but you got higher. And the view from where you are standing is a view most people never earn. Keep going. What is coming is worth it, and it is coming for you. This is Voice Without Ego, and this was never a story about someone else. It was always about you. I will be here tomorrow. Come back, and we climb again.